I met Trayon when I bought my house. He was showing the house, so he arranged the viewing, and going forward, he let me in when I actually put an offer in. He was really communicative, and he showed me in a couple of times to measure up. And I bought my builder, and I bought my dad, and he was always really keen to help and very cooperative. I think I found him really personable. Like, he just was quite human. So I had to bring my kids with me sometimes, and he would, while I was showing the build around, he was like playing football in the garden with my kids. And so he was just very easy to communicate with, and just a normal person that I felt that I could just get the truth from. I was shown around by other high street agents for a number of properties, and I often found them quite cold and quite open the door, here's the property, see you later. There was no sort of like human element and no sort of open communication, which I think if you're about to spend a considerable amount of money, it's quite important to have that sort of human relationship or human connection. As a person, he wasn't pushy. He wasn't trying to overly sell me the house. He would just sort of step back and allowed me the space to sort of make up my own mind. But he was always available to answer any questions. But he wasn't doing the hard sell, which I think can be quite off-putting and which can make you not trust them, because it makes you feel like they just want your money, and he was much more allowing you to have the space to sort of, make up your own mind, but was there to answer any questions that would come up. He absolutely had good local knowledge. I mean, I think he's a local boy himself, so he's grown up around here, so he's super familiar with the area. I also had him back recently to value it a couple of years later, because I extended and I did work on it, and he came well equipped with a lot of information about recent house prices, what they've sold for, what they're likely to sell for. So I think, as well as helping me buy the property, if I was to go forward and sell, I would feel confident that I would use them, because they have such great local knowledge and quite accurate pricings, I think, quite realistic pricings. With the advert that you look at before I bought the property, it had really good photos, it was really clear, it had a 3D walk around thing that you could actually virtually visit before you visited, which I think is really helpful in terms of wasting your time, because you get a feel for the property before you actually visit. So before I came, I already knew what I was expecting to see, which is really helpful. I think it very much feels like a family-run business. It's Trayon himself is very personable. The lines of communication throughout the sale were very open, and going forward, even after the sale, I've sort of kept in touch with him, about what's being sold. He's helped me price up another property. He's put me in touch with people that would help me. So it's been like an ongoing relationship that I've sort of kept with him since I met him, which is a nice thing. It's not just like a number. It's not like a big corporate business where you feel like you're just a number. I felt like he went above and beyond in the service that he gave me, because I was one of those annoying clients that kept asking to come back for more and more viewings before I actually put an offer in, because I wanted to make sure that it was a property that I was able to extend and stuff. So I bought builders, I bought my dad, I bought all these various tradesmen and he was very tolerant of that, and he allowed me to do that without seeming to be annoyed by it. So yeah, it's that personal touch that I feel makes him stand out from the rest. In other projects that I've been doing since I met him, he's been particularly helpful in putting me in touch with people that would be able to help me. So I've got a commercial property that I was looking to sell and get valued, and himself, he doesn't do commercial, but he was very connected to people that could help me with like surveyors and commercial property valuers. So all in all, he's quite well connected, which is a helpful thing to be. The reason I'm doing this testimonial for Trayon is because since I've met him, I feel like he's been a bit more of just an estate agent. We've stayed in touch. He's helped me with other projects. He's in my phone. I wouldn't hesitate to give him a call if I ever needed any advice or anything. So he just stands out as a bit of an extra special estate agent. I would absolutely recommend Martin Gerald as an estate agent to sell your property, or to purchase a property, or to get any sort of advice that you would need around selling and buying properties. Because I think they're quite well connected. I think they have great local knowledge. I think they price fairly and accurately and realistically. I think they're sort of a no-nonsense sort of estate agent, and they don't sell you the dream. I think they're quite honest and trustworthy.